result. You guys are walking in with 4 points towards the last game. How does that advantage change the game plan for the upcoming game? Thank you.
Don't know yet, to be honest. Think about the next game from tomorrow. It is what it is. We tried to break the deep block down from Ghana. I think full respect, and they defended with a lot of determination, with a lot of discipline, and with one of the most physical performances that I saw from a team defending. I still think that we play in one of the most difficult groups in this World Cup. We had a very difficult first match, and we had a very difficult second match. Very different from the first match. So it is what it is. We will analyze it and recover now, and then prepare for the next one against Panama.
Hello, Thomas. You made a lot of attacking substitutions and almost threw them all on. I suppose I'm bound to ask about the ones you didn't send on. So, your two centre forwards, Tony and Watkins. What was the thinking that it was the wingers that you wanted to change rather than Harry Kane?
Yeah, change Harry Kane in a game that is stuck and 0-0. And is not yet a knockout game or a game where you're like 1-0 behind and you play all in. So we thought this would be the right choice. Taking Harry off, no, didn't see that for today. I mean, it fell to him, and he's normally the player it should fall to. 99 out of 100, he will convert this chance. And we talk maybe now about the patient and the disciplined performance. So now it's a 0-0, and maybe the headlines are a little bit different. But it's always a storytelling from behind. Like you said, we tried to commit a little bit more the fullbacks into our attacking because they were defending in a 4-5-1, so we thought we can attack with 3 players on the side, the crosses and cross more and more precise. We had a lot of crosses in the first half, a lot of chances to cross, to deliver. We had enough set pieces to decide the match, but we were not clinical enough. It didn't fall for us. It's not the first football match where you maybe need a deflected shot or mistake of the opponent. They just didn't do a mistake. So it was a difficult one, and it took a lot of patience and repetitive attacks with patience to break it down. Okay, in the end it's a 0-0.
Behind to Tom, please. Thank you.
Hi, Thomas. At half-time, tempers seemed to flare a little bit with Jude Bellingham and the coaching staff. I think Carlos Queiroz felt like perhaps he even was lucky not to get a red card with that challenge just before. What did you make of that particular incident during the break?
I could not see any red card for us today. I mean, in general, the game was interrupted all the time. I mean, it was difficult to get a rhythm out of this. It was just the way it was. No one got under our skin. I think that's normal. That was an exchange of emotions, and of course, Jude stood up for himself and for us as a team. There's no problem in it. We were very calm in half-time. We knew that emotions are part also of our game, but we don't want to get distracted and involved with stuff that doesn't help us. That was clear. So we were calm at half-time. We encouraged everyone to keep the rhythm up and to keep knocking and trying to break down that wall. Like I said, we committed a bit more players than on the side. Started to cross a bit earlier and a bit more aggressive. So at the same time, you just cannot fall asleep for 1 second, because all the physicality that we saw today in defending is also there in the counterattacks. We allowed only 2 counterattacks, and they were so dangerous. So that is the story of the game.
Mike.
Hi, Thomas. Before the kick-off, there was the handshake that we've obviously written a lot about this week. It looked like Jed Spence, it more than looked like Jed Spence didn't shake Thomas Partey's hand. I just wondered, as his coach, what your thoughts are.
Sorry, Mike, for legal reasons, we aren't going to be discussing that today. So we have to move on from that, Ed. Thanks.
I was going to say,
Speaking to you.
there's going to be a lot. Sorry, it's back. There's going to be a bit of a reaction, I think, from some of the fans, a bit disappointed with the result, and obviously a 0-0 draw. But is it important? I mean, Declan Rice just said it's important to remain patient and calm. Would you like to say that to the fans as well?
Yes, of course. Yes, it's a long tournament, and I think the boys tried everything, and again they played with the right energy. I know it's a very different game, and it's sometimes if we in this case one team tries to play and to run against this deep block, and you don't find the spaces, and it's difficult for you to create chances. It can be difficult to watch, and it's not as exciting as two teams trying to win it, and in a more open game, So I think we always try to entertain our fans. It was difficult today. I hope they don't lose belief. It's a long way to go. Credit to our opponent, and like I said, I just feel like that I was right, that we play in a very difficult group.
James.
Hi, Thomas. Do you think it's a bit of an issue with the tournament format where teams basically know 4 points is going to get them through, that it leads to more games like this where the team's just going to sit in?
Yeah, I mean they got the last minute winner against Panama, and for them was clear 4 points is the target. Fair enough. I mean they celebrated like a win after, so and we were disappointed. So you see clearly the approach and the difference in the approach, and there's no complaints about it. It's just what it is. And like I said, they have a lot of quality, they have a lot of speed, and the physicality they brought into this match was difficult for us to break down. We didn't want to be naive from the start and have an open match against them, because once they get going and if they accelerate in the counterattack, I'm not sure if a lot of players can stop them then, because they go straight through the middle. So we needed to be very cautious and patient. Took us a while to find the right mix. We were very, very disciplined in the first half and didn't allow anything, which was very, very good, because in the details we did the things on a high level. I know that it's not spectacular for our fans, but it needs to be done on highest level. The positioning when we attack, to not concede counterattacks, and the reaction into counterpress was on a high level. Second half, like I said, we tried to commit even more. We tried to commit more players into the attack on the wings, but we couldn't break them down. The format is the format. We have more teams. We have more matches, of course. This is totally okay that they played this way. I think we hold them down to a minimum, so it's more positive than negative for me.
Go from over this side now.
Hello, Thomas. Do you think that your team relies too heavily on Harry Kane's displays on the offensive side?
I mean, does Argentina rely too heavily on Messi, and France too heavily on Kylian Mbappé? It's just what it is. They're world-class players, and they do normally what they do. So everyone is pushing, and we had, I think, 3 different goal scorers in the first match, and to rely on Harry is just a natural thing, because he loves the responsibility and he takes it. He was not involved as much as we would like to, but it was just so narrow. We played basically, our 2 central defenders were responsible for the build-up, and then it was basically an 8 against 10. So it was difficult to find space. The little moments that he had was just unlucky. And the last one, I think the last one is normally a clear goal, and would have gotten us a deserved